Are you still into all that crypto stuff? That's a common question that a lot of people keep asking me, especially now with the way things have changed so dramatically in the last year, with prices going down, and with the latest thing with the FTX exchange having so many problems. It seems like such a risky thing to get into. At least that's how it looks on the surface. But I'm reminded of a couple of common cliches. There's a difference between simple and easy, or if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. So with crypto being as volatile as it is, you may be wondering what my stance is. And my stance is that it hasn't changed. The value of Bitcoin hasn't changed. Its value goes up all the time. Now, be mindful of what I'm saying. I said the value, not the price. So when I say the value of Bitcoin has gone up, is because I'm looking at it in the context of how things were in 2017. That's how long I've been in it, and I still regard myself as a relative newbie, someone who is still learning and still has a lot to learn. But from my perspective, 2017, 2018 was a very valuable period of time in which I did learn quite a lot. In 2017, I was one of those typical retail traders who got in when there was lots of hype and the price was going up. And like a typical retail trader, when the price crashed, plummeted in 2018, I did panic to a certain extent. But I didn't panic to the point of deciding to get rid of my crypto, mainly Bitcoin. I decided to, and the reason for that is because I didn't go too crazy. And by too crazy, I mean I didn't invest money that, another cliche, I didn't invest money that I couldn't afford to lose. It was money that was separate from the money that I needed for my normal living expenses, etc. So instead of panicking, I took the time to learn more about the ecosystem and increase my understanding of what Bitcoin was all about. And that's why, even though things are so volatile at the moment, because of all the stuff that has been going in the background, I see Bitcoin as even much more established than it was then. So I'm not really concerned about what's happening now. But there are definitely lessons to be learned. In terms of myself personally, a few things I could have done differently is maybe cash out a bit more when prices were good. I did benefit partially, but I could have benefited a bit more. But you know, that's the benefit of hindsight. My overall strategy is still the same. I still dollar cost average. So when we're in a situation like we are now, with prices down, I actually see that as a great opportunity to buy at lower prices, which has the effect of lowering my break-even point. But the reason I'm doing this posting today is, again, referring to yet another cliche, in the sense that one of the key elements of why crypto was created was to get away from centralization. And I mentioned that again because of FTX. FTX is what's called a centralized exchange. And although there are benefits in the terms of ease of use, centralized exchanges have a vulnerability. And that vulnerability is that if anything happens to the exchange and your cryptocurrency is on that exchange, you literally have no control over it. You have to cross your fingers and hope that when an exchange encounters problems, you still have the ability to log in, access your crypto, and then transfer it elsewhere. Ideally, anyone into crypto should be aware of cold storage. Cold storage gives you the ability to have full control over your crypto. So there's no such thing as the exchange going down or being hacked or anything along those lines. Once you have cold storage, then your crypto is safe with you. Obviously you have that responsibility because you're the last point of failure, but at least you are in control. And I've always had the strategy of doing a combination of the two. I have some of my crypto in cold storage. I do have some in centralized exchanges, but I have never depended solely on one single centralized exchange. I've always spread it out, and that takes away that single point of vulnerability. It takes away a lot of the stress that I might have encountered if all my crypto was in one place. So that's just one thing I just wanted to point out today. If you want to know a little bit about cold storage, I'm sure I've posted it in some of my previous videos, and I can give you a link to the type that I use. Ledger is the one that I use. I use Ledger and Trezor. I can put a link in this video once I've finished, once I've wrapped everything up. So anyway, those are my thoughts at the moment. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, so yeah, it's tricky out there, isn't it? But yeah, if you've got the right information and knowledge and you do enough research, you realize that, you know, yes, in the short term it's quite painful, but in the long term, crypto is where it's at. Anyway, those are my thoughts for now. Hope you have a good day, and take care of yourself. Bye.